Hang on, hang on. Yo, what's up, guys? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is. Hang on, hang on. Before we get started, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you've booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see this screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want. Even if it's not the correct time, you've earned it. All right, I'll let you get back to the video game now. Okay. So, dude. What up, animal? All right. So I played this game a while back, and this might be one of the weirdest games I think I've ever played in my life. So, here we go.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders
And if you guys don't know, this is like kind of like a multiple endings kind of story.
Was happy,
I guess the best way to describe it.
And then one day something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time.
Indie games are the best.
But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Hey, got an achievement. All right, let's see. Can I press anything? Nope. All right. I hate Mondays. Oh. Can we open? Nope, it's locked.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I hate Mondays. It
no
is
matter
Monday
how
today.
hard
That's
Stanley
so weird.
looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Who farted? Number one, Dad. Let's see, can I get on any of these computers? No, it's not mine. Alright, I don't think there's anything going on in here.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Alright, I guess I should go then. 420, bro. Where is everyone? Hello, 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 hello. Everything's locked. What's going on in here?
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
All right, okay, fuck it. We're just gonna go.
When Stanley came
boy.
to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Should we do what he says, or? Yeah, okay, fuck it. We're gonna go this way. Alright.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside of you, then take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. Aw. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Slick blue graphic in the header. Everyone is unique. Oh man. What do people want? Things, money, more money, things, but with money to buy more things. Graphs? Graphs about things and money. Oh shit. Buy quarterly post review. We need reviews. 402 plus 405. I want to get rid of the death sport portion in the primary review schedule, but I think it's a stupid idea. More water coolers, more water cooler heaters. Charts need to be more hip to appeal to teenage demographic. A lot of percent. Alright. Anything in here? Oh, we got some top secret files. Can't get it. Alright, let's go. Oh, what are your dreams for the future? Broom closet. Oh.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Oh, fuck that, dude. I like this closet. This is my closet.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Says who? I'll fucking hang out here as long as I want.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
FA, fuck all. Alright, I'm out of here. Oh boy.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
But that red carpet looks so nice down there. Alright, we're gonna do what he says for now. Come on. Ooh, fancy. Executive bathroom, I'm intrigued. Oh man, I got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. Say that's a lovely purse. Extreme bathrooms. I wish I could zoom in. I can't read what it says. Alright. It's in a chair. Nope. Boss! This guy's got an attitude, bro. The beige pages. That's funny. What's in here? Damn. Boss?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Chanty. I want to get
Stanley
drunk.
just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
2845. Okay, I guess that's all we gotta do. 2845.
2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Shit. Look at that. What's this guy got in here? Yeah, nothing over there. That's I just pressed up. Oh, I guess I'm going down. Okay. Loading.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
All right, we're gonna get some answers here, folks. We're gonna get some answers.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
But there's also an escape. Yeah, let's go. Ooh, it's dark in here. Can we get some lights in here, please?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television
it's the
screens.
fucking architecture
What
from the
horrible
Matrix.
secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Dude, it's the Matrix code. Oh. Okay. Oh boy. Employee observation protocol. Okay. Guess we're gonna push this.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each
that,
bore the number of an
427,
employee
right?
in the
Yep.
building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
That's where am I at? I'm right here. Employee 427. An anomaly. You are the one.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only
Probably.
reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Someone was fired. All right.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
So we're going in here.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Really? Oh, that's a big red button. Oh, I can't click it. Save fail. Activate power cells. Some buttons. Is this 3? We got a 3 button. Maybe I gotta do it in like sequential order. 1, 2. There's no sprinting here. 3, Where's that 4 at? Oh. 2. Don't see a 4 anywhere. System power. Oh.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? Oh. After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off,
everything seemed off,
and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. This is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going. What all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them.
This guy's funny.
I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
I guess we gotta get out of here.
I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside.
Narrator's got
I let it burn to a crisp.
Oh, Jesus.
I have to say this, though. This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich.
Oh, there's an open door.
To see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better.
Oh.
My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
I don't know what to do.
Oh, dear me. What's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons.
Turn it off, maybe?
These colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything. Something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley?
Something.
That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
No.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your
Press
death.
any key to send
You're
power
only still
surge.
playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble.
Incorrect.
This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first.
Goodbye,
so
employee 47.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life? Or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it
Enable backup power to activate.
It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be
Oh,
laughing at every
Jesus.
second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Oh, there we go. Oh, shit. We're back. All right. Well, that was interesting.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
New content.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
All right. This is interesting. New content.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Oh, man, it's funny.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
All right, guess we're going this sketchy
so far
looking
it's an
elevator.
Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if them...
tedious.
Oh, okay. Let's see the content.
Oh,
Give me the
there we go.
content, Stanley.
Yeah. Ooh, wow.
All right. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Oh. Exciting.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
All right. Uh-oh. Back in this thing.
Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new
DLC?
content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
What we got? Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about.
That really was
No
the new
frills,
content.
no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Oh, guess I don't got a choice. Oh, whoa, this is different. Oh. Whoa.
Psst, Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Let's see. More content? Oof. This new content is dope.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret.
Ooh.
Take a look.
Look at that. Fucking Skyrim.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Oh, man, it's funny. Oh, dude. CD. Stanley Parable demonstration. Begin the demo. These are all the awards. Beta, work in progress. New video game releasing today. Creator surprisingly down to earth. Oh, man. It's a nice bench. Piano?
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
New elevator content. The original remake. It's down here. Memory zone maintenance. Damn. Those little people.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Oh. Repeatable carpet textures. Oh, look at that button. Wanna press it? Wanna press it? The serious room. The greatest wealth is memory.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Ice cold sodas.
Oh no.
Shit-ring
no.
Daisy, no.
Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Oh god.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Oh my god, this is a trip. Oh, here we go. Another one? Oh, I can't read it. Ugh.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley?
Preachy.
I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Alright, where are we going? Where are we going? Oh, we got another review.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Skip button. Hey, look at that.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal fluff. Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes. Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls.
Well, let's look at that clock.
Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time.
I've been sitting
here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just... Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire...
Oh? Clock's off the wall now. Oh, the plant's dead.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then he's talking.
Hello? Hello? You need to water your plant.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the
What in the world is going on? This fucking skip button. Oh shit. What the fuck happened here? So sunny. Yeah, this place is just gonna be like annihilated the next time I press this. Oh shit. Oh god, man. What the fuck? That narrator is long gone now. It's like the fucking apocalypse happened here. Oh shit. Skip button fucking broke. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's just oh shit, we're in the middle of the desert? We're at the end of time, people. You can't even press the skip button anymore. Alright, I guess we're just walking. Oh. Oh, damn. We're back here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
That new content was a little crazy, huh? The Nair is probably God King by now. Excuse me. Alright. Well, nope. The new content. Oh my gosh. Yeah, fuck it. Look at that sign. How can you not?
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Okay, let's see. What you got? Skipped all the way to Dune. The narrative. That's so funny. Alright, back in the elevator.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh shit. The end is never the end
isn't this
again.
far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Oh, not going in there.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams
at
progress
2
and
p.m.
innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Meeting at 2. Oh yeah, they're back. 2 doors. Click to add speaker notes. Oh. Oh, look at that.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
This way to the show floor. New features. Content. Oh, gotta. Long lines. Oh, wow.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Got some merch. Stanley Parable 2 Reassurance Bucket. Oh, it's a new feature. Alright, let's see.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true.
Ooh, look at that.
As long as you hold onto the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
All right. Ooh.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body.
Dude, I
And in
feel
fact,
a lot
Can I
better.
say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Well, fuck yeah, dude.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really
Please, no
should be an award if it
screenshots.
isn't already. Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Let's do that one.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you
Get
knew
well
which one you
someday.
actually really wanted all along.
That's a quality
Happy
bucket.
12th birthday, step-niece it is.
Okay. Oh no, there's all these balloons.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Oh, new content jump circle. Fuck yeah.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Aww. Free, new, and easy achievement. I can't believe it's that simple. Yeah, let's get that. Free achievement. Get yours right now. Pull the lever. Receive your new achievement. No more steps. It just works.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Oh, it's so close to being achieved. Like a plug. Yeah. Really thought I was gonna get an achievement here. You lied to me.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
It's up here. Can you find them? Can you find? Okay. Oh, whoa.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Oh shit, look at that, dude. It's kind of spooky. Oh. Everyone wants one. Collect them all. Can you find them? Okay. All right, let's see.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
I thought I saw some when I first walked in. What? The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Whoa. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. I thought it said Tim,
that's my real name.
Here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
Right,
I want
Jim.
you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim. Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim. Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim, playing Frisbee on the weekends as Jim, staying up all night for a popcorn and horror movie sleepover as Jim, developing a crippling substance addiction as Jim, rediscovering yourself through fringe religious groups as Jim, and finally dying a slow death at an old age surrounded by members of your cult as Jim. Do you feel it in your soul? Are you really truly
Jimmy
Jim right now?
Deep
If so,
Jim
then
RP.
please
I was
step
thinking the
forward
same
and press
thing.
the button.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you!
That was
the button
you.
described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break
Still
from the
be
Jim
worth the
button.
money.
I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Jim.
Damn it. That was fucking cool, man. Can we push these buttons? Nope. Can we get in here? Nope. That was exciting.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Okay, we got the reassurance bucket. You went in there. Let's see. New features, new contents, new ideas. Ray trace. The new updated ray traced, more of the same, but in a good way sequel. Let's see. Collectibles. Oh, there's a map here. This map, pre-achievement merch. The infinite hole? There's a lot going on in here. Oh, the infinite hole. It won't end. What's in there? Nah, we're going to the hole. Time depth. Oh god. This is like some scientific shit here. Oh man, look at that.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact A hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Let's just keep going. Fuck it.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Nah. I want to see where this goes.
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a...
Oh, shit.
Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever.
New mug.
Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
Cigarette butts down here.
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
All right, fuck
Great.
it.
Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel. Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly,
what the fuck
I didn't
is this
make
game?
an infinite
Good thing you had the bucket.
I didn't think it was that not infinite.
Feels so safe.
Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
Fine.
Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to
Let's
talk
see
about.
what goes on.
And I've had enough of the hole for a
Going back
lifetime.
in.
Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my life. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge?
I can't even get out.
You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the
It's not working.
teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again.
Yep, not working.
Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of it.
No, don't leave me. Oh, you did leave me. Oh. What's that? What's that? Okay, I'm done, Stanley. Come on. Stanley does not like to hold anymore. Oh, God. Oh, is it moving? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, shit, man. Oh, I got the spooky music. All right, well. First, I have to change your perspective. Press G to change your perspective. A perception. Oh, God.
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer. You fill out the space of mine.
Oh. Change yourself. Oh my God.
Stanley! Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole.
Oh, God.
And I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Okay, I'm done. Done with the hole. I don't like the hole anymore. Okay. Oh, we're back.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
You heard Jim in the game. Oh. Oh, all the buttons are gone. Alright. Kind of other new features we got going on in here. Got the bucket. Got the infinite hole. Red is the new orange. Got the collectibles. A hole here. Yep. Collect them all. Okay. Nothing in there. Guess we'll just get out of here.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
No screenshots.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
He just put it all in the same room.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh my god, dude, that is great. It's really a title screen. Shit.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Skip. Oh shit. And we got the balloons now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh, there's the bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket. 420. All right, got my bucket. We're good.
Stanley
touched
back. The bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Now we're going this way.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
How insightful.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
What's in here? Do not lie. If you were lying right now, stop.
No, said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Yeah.
Good, said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
Bucket
It should have alarmed him,
exciting.
of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Dude, I gotta obey the orders of the bucket.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
It's not really dark. Oh, this dark room. Yeah. Oh.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home where we can go about life together.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend.
Where's
And then,
my bucket?
very
Oh, there it
distressingly,
is.
he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Press Y to make me work with you.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Oh, my bucket. Oh, thank God. Press J to take me back home with you.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Press L to go back to work.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it would ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Don't listen to the loud man. Press L for us to go back home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Press P to ignore anyone in your life except for me.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to
Oh
it.
yeah, look at that ray tracing. You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press N to go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid.
Okay.
Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
See to relive the same day with me over and over.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Press Q to go home to work to home to work to home.
Oh no. I'm having feelings for the bucket. No.
Jesus.
What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong
Where's
with me?
my
I don't
bucket?
understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley.
No,
I
never.
need it. Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
Back to work, Stanley. Oh no, my bucket, it's gone.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No. Oh, my bucket, it's back.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Oh, thank God. Go to the meeting room.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Yes.
Stanley,
Leave me in here.
Can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
We gotta go down. Oh, dude, I got a collectible.
Found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fined for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as
We're
these.
in a parallel universe.
He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed,
my bucket's gone.
The rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next.
Whoa.
None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity.
buckets.
And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along.
Oh, no.
It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
Oh, shit.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Okay.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket.
buckets.
Of course he'd gone mad. ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Oh boy. Oh, this is a
all
different
of his
office.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Got the fucking
Stanley
bucket.
decided to
Thank
go to
God.
the confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Oh,
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
yeah. Gonna go to the boss's office with the bucket. Mission status. Ooh. Oh. There will be a reward for finding all of them. LOL, looks like 427. Mission stat. Oh, okay. So that's where all the stuff is, or the figurines. Trust the completionist instinct. Fig leaves are hard to find. Red room? Maybe we are the collectible. Alright, we gotta get some figurines. Surely there's a figurine in there.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket.
Oh, hell no.
You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It says, coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Yeah. Gotta be a nice figurine in here. Oh!
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Oh. Alright. What's in here? Oh. Oh shit, dude. What the fuck? Oh, let's go down. I have no idea where this is gonna take me. We're gonna go up though. Stanley. This music's funny. This just goes on forever, huh? There we go. Oh, well. That was exciting.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it.
That's
the two of them
code.
were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
2845, damn.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Oh, look at that.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Going down.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
But...
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Oh, shit.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Oh, God, here we go.
At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Oh, God.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere.
Me and the bucket will finally become one.
Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
Oh. I'm still alive.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
The bucket. You are standing at the precipice of knowledge. Much like a bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within a cavernous void, but through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and sustained. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn out here with you into the world? Will you accept with an open mind that what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? You change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were in ignorance and darkness?
Can you see how
Fuck
arrogant
yeah,
it was for
dude.
Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
25 buckets. Photograph of 25 buckets, the greatest number of buckets ever captured on camera. This photographer experienced catatonic shock for several weeks as a result of the euphoria from exposure to as many buckets as once. Oh my god, this is funny. Bucket with 2 handles. And this, the Inferno bucket. Drove dozens of nations to war with. No one can control a bucket. The stress bucket, an analogy. Worrying, negative forecasting, negative thinking, lack of reassurance. Rest and relaxation. Oh shit, we got some early cave paintings of the bucket. Oh my god. Jesus.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
2 hand. The hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more than is always out of reach. This distance inevitably is for our own good. Oh, I got it!
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Bye-bye. Well, we're dead. I feel like this game could just go on forever and ever. I'll give it one more go here. Let's see what happens.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What if I just don't take the bucket this time? See what happens. No bucket. No bucket.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the
I need
employee
my
lounge
bucket.
first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
What's in here? Oh yeah. Okay, let's go in here.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Press it. Goodbye.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's,
Left. Okay.
Oh, no.
No, it's to the right. My mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Down here. Oh shit, we're back in the mind control.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now.
It's so
the whole
rubbish.
Story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
All right, that's it for me for now. Damn, there was a bucket of fun, huh? Oh shit. All right, well, that was fun. Might have to, maybe we'll play this game in another month or two, see what happens. But yeah,